Okay, so as most of you have probably already heard, coming October 20th, we are getting a brand new One Piece anime adaptation, titled The One Piece Fan Letter. And although the spin-off / extra content kind of thing will take place in the One Piece world, it isn't going to be 100% canon in any way. But it is also going to be something that grants us another view of events that we have already seen in the past. And not only that, but it will also grant us another view of Ace. Kinda. For see, in this upcoming anime adaptation, it's going to be adapting the One Piece fan letters, which takes place in several different arcs around several different random characters that will never really get seen at any point in the story other than these fan letters. It's not going to be following any of the One Piece crew that we already know, but it will at the very least have them in it just from a different point of view. We won't see everything from Luffy's eyes, but we will see everything of Luffy from other people's eyes. But again, remember, this isn't going to be 100% canon. It's going to have canon events, but it's not going to be followed by any canon characters that will come up again in the future. Which can easily be seen with the synopsis of Luffy's fan letter, which reads, amidst the chaos of the Marineford War, a Marine soldier watches as Luffy risks everything to save his brother Ace. Struck by the strength of their bond, the Marine begins to question his own relationship with his brother, who is also fighting on the same battlefield. As the battle rages on, he finds himself torn between duty and family. So you see, this is what you can expect in the new anime. It's little side stories that we'd never see otherwise. And like I said, it's going to follow events of the past that we have already seen, just from someone other than the main character's point of view. Which in my opinion is actually an incredibly interesting thing to do. Because this is something I have personally wondered about in the past. Like, how does the rest of the world actually view Luffy and the Straw Hats? Because sure, sometimes we meet people who just straight up fear him, and other people who just love him. But how is it that he and other pirates generally viewed around the world? Because remember, the government is full of propaganda about them and it's being spread every single day. So for all we really know, they might be the most hated pirate crew that's ever existed. But now let's move on to Soros' fan letter, which in my opinion might be my personal favorite. In a lively bar in Dressrosa, a tipsy Zoro finds himself caught up in a heated power scaling debate with a group of Marines. The topic? Who's the strongest swordsman in the world? Mihawk, Shanks, Fista, Ryuma, or Zoro? Unbeknownst to the Marines, they're debating with none other than the ferryman at the center of the discussion. As the drinks flow, Zoro keeps his identity hidden, quietly amused by their arguments. Now like I said, this might actually be my favorite one, because it's just funny to imagine Zoro arguing why he's stronger than Ryuma, Fista, or even Mihawk. Which while we're at it, why is Fista even in the talks for the strongest? That guy's a nobody bum from Marineford. Sure, he got his 15 minutes of fame when he clashed against Mihawk at Marineford, but come on, we all know that Marineford was a bit of a joke of an arc when it came to power scaling. Like, okay, maybe around the world and as far as the Marines are concerned, Fista's got some clout, so we'll give him some credit as far as that's concerned. But to put him in the talks for the strongest swordsman in the world? I just don't think that's the case. But now let's move on to Frankie's story, which reads, a young girl relocates to Water 7 from a distant island and lands a job managing a quiet bookstore. As she settles into her new life in the bustling Water 7 capital, she begins hearing tales of the legendary shipwright Frankie from various locals and familiar faces. Through these stories, she starts to understand the impact that he's had on the city and its people, all while carving out her very own place in this vibrant heart of Water 7. Now this is in no way as exciting as the first two stories, but it will be a little heartwarming story thrown in there at episode 2 or 3, you know, something just to keep the fans interested. And as far as these familiar faces are going to be concerned, I'm thinking it's likely to be Muzu, Kiwi, or maybe Iceberg. Just because I don't really see anyone else casually walking around some random bookstore in Water 7. Maybe you could make the argument that it could be Khalifa, but I don't really see her bragging about Frankie's adventures. But again, I don't really know. You tell me in the comments, who do you think it is? Moving on, let's cover the last actually confirmed story that's going to be adapted. It's Nami's story. It reads, a reclusive young woman from Sabo the Archipelago with an intense admiration for female pirates finds herself deeply infatuated with her idol Nami. Upon hearing the news that the Straw Hat Pirates returned to the archipelago after 2 years, she sets out with a dream of catching a glimpse of the woman who forever changed her life, Nami. Now this seems like an incredibly fun and cute kind of story, and it's easy to see why they chose this one as one of the ones to adapt. And I'm pretty sure the girl in this picture is the same girl from the trailer that I'll have in the background. But I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Now like I said, this is an incredibly good one to adapt, because I could definitely see events like this poor girl failing to meet Nami over and over again until the very end of the story where she finally catches that glimpse of Nami as she's setting sail. It'd be something fun, cute and nice to kind of end off the anime adaptation. So if it was me, I'd probably save this for like the last episode of the adaptation, but that's just my opinion. Now there are some other fan letters that have of course been made, but as far as I'm aware, these are the only confirmed ones actually being adapted into the anime. If I'm wrong about that, let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll make another video talking about the other letters. But yeah, aside from all that, some fun things coming October 28th. I will of course be covering everything about this anime adaptation as it develops over the next couple of days, so be sure to subscribe down below to stay up to date with everything new that's coming out about it. But now I ask you, which are you most interested to see? For me, it's just gotta be that power scaling debate with Soros. That just seems so funny in my opinion. But now with all that said, have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and peace.